Brandon Coutu will kick off. Florida won the toss. They opted to receive, and they've got Brandon James at the 10-yard line. Very short kick by Coutu, and the dangerous Brandon James is knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line. And now the lineups presented by Applebee's. You see the stats for Tim Tebow for the year. 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's also rushed for 10 touchdowns. But the concern is with the right shoulder. Up front, Watkins, Tart, Miller, Pouncey, Metter with a bad foot, but he will start. Caldwell back in the lineup, joined by Harvin, Keyston Moore, Ingram, and Lewis Murphy. First down and 10. Tebow from the spread. He's got 4 to the left. Now 3. Long count. Georgia brings 5. Keelan Johnson coming, and Tebow is sacked. Marcus Howard got there, his 3rd sack of the year. Keelan Johnson, number 30, led the blitz, and Howard got there.
Boy, if you could draw up a perfect start for Georgia, it would be to keep Tebow in the pocket, bring people, cover well, and then make a play. That's exactly what happened. Someone made a play, and Keelan Johnson was the guy who kept his motor running and made a play.
Second down and 19. Timeout? Nope.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Well, a shaky start for the Florida Gators. An optimistic start for the Bulldogs of Georgia.
Well, I tell you, how many times have you seen Tebow stay in the pocket when first sign of pressure not run? I think he knows that shoulder is not 100%. He is under orders to stay in the pocket.
Just underway in Jacksonville. Let's introduce you to the Georgia defense. Battle, Owens, Atkins, and Marcus Howard, who just had the sack. The linebackers. Miller, Washington back in the lineup after an injury. Donnell Ellerby, and the secondary. You saw Keelan Johnson blitzing in the last play. Miller, Bird, and Asher Allen join him. Tebow on 2nd and 19. 3 down this time for Georgia. They walk a man up. Now back out. Games being played. Blitz coming. Keelan Johnson. Inside, Lewis Murphy. And Murphy doesn't get much.
If you're going to put the wear and tear on Tim Tebow, you must, when they go empty, hit him every time. This time right up Jeff Owens, 300-pounder. Right up the middle, putting Tebow down again.
And so Florida faces a 3rd and 15 on its opening series of the ball game.
Most of the time, Percy Harvin lines up to the 3-receiver side. He is again on the 3-receiver side right there.
Tebow up to make the change. Drew Miller is his center. 3 rush, 8 drop. Tebow flushed out, finds his receiver up near the first down marker. This will be close. Catch made by Andre Caldwell.
You know, there were a couple questions, Vern, about Tebow coming into this season. One was, would he be a good enough passer? We knew he was going to be tough enough. It might have been a question. Did you see the opening lane right there? That's an easy throw. Bubba Caldwell goes and gets it. One was he going to be able to stay in the pocket and read his progression? That time, the 3-man rush allowed him to read through his progression.
Gain of 16 with a need of 15. Here's Tebow back, flips it inside. Percy Harvin. And Harvin cuts toward the middle of the field and gets a quick 6 yards, maybe 7. Well, Percy Harvin, now a sophomore, wearing number 1. He's equally proficient catching or running.
He sure is, and he's the threat to go all the way. And already, I think you could see the altered game plan, and I wonder if defensive coordinator Willie Martinez from Georgia will start to see it the way I have. They're throwing more quick screens to try to get their ball in the hands of different players besides Tebow early in this game.
It's a 2nd down and 2. That was officially a gain of 8 on the last play. Here's motion. Dive play. They give it off inside to Keyston Moore, and he hustles his way to a first down at the 50. Well, one of the things they do so well, Gary, is to hide Harbin.
They really do. When you got a playmaker like him, they're going to put Harbin all over. They've got different formations, and they hide him and try to keep the defense guessing where he's going to be, because once they get him the ball, put him in quick motion from the slot, he is a threat to take it. Watch, simple play, rocket sweep. He reads it beautifully, takes it to the end zone against Kentucky.
Caldwell looks back at the sideline. So also does the right tackle, Metter. Here's the snap. They give it to Moore. Moore fights inside the 45 to the 43. That's a gain of 7. And a second down and 3. Georgia with 4 down. They bring only 4. And again, the football. Keyston Moore. It's bounced up and picked up by Allen Asher, number 2. Flying down the sidelines, out of bounds.
Remember the fumble that Moore had against LSU. Jason Watkins, number 77, either pushed Allen out of bounds, or that might have been a touchdown. Keyston Moore, another fumble, a huge fumble. Remember that LSU game when they had control of it? The handoff to Moore just outside the screen. Coming from the backside, hands it off, easy, well-blocked play, gets a hit right on the football. Was it Dent that put his helmet on the ball?
Roderick Battle.
Roderick Battle, number 41. I thought it was 51. It was Battle, number 41. A turnover. Now, Georgia has not forced a lot of turnovers this year, one of the lowest in the country. They needed something like that.
They've only forced 6 all season long. Usual sellout here in Jacksonville. Scoreless first quarter. And let's introduce you to the Bulldog offense. Sophomore Matthew Stafford from Dallas Highland Park. In his second season as a starter, he started 8 games last year. It's Sturdivant, the true freshman, Davis, Velasco, Bowling, and Adams up front. Bailey, Marino, the only healthy running back of note. Sutherland, Chandler, and Massaquoi is a wideout. I formation on first down. Trip Chandler, the tight end, goes tight right. They toss. Marino comes left. That's a good block. And he's inside the 35. Kyle Jackson, number 3, with the tackle.
Well, this was a sellout crackback block from the outside. Watch number 39 just enter the frame and get a big hit around the outside. It's reminiscent of the plays that Auburn used against Florida when they controlled the clock and kept Florida off the field in that upset win.
Number 39, who got that block, was Jason Johnson, the backup fullback and tailback. And it's second down. They come left. Marino again to the 30-yard line. That appears to be enough to move the chain. Let's check this Florida defense. Up front, you've got Harvey, leads the club in sacks. Estepinen, McMillan, and Jermaine Cunningham. The linebackers led by Brandon Spikes in the middle, leading tackler of the team, and Dustin Doe, A.J. Jones. The secondary, not the strength of this team, and Kyle Jackson is back in the starting lineup, replacing Major Wright, the freshman, who's out with a thumb injury. Here is Urban Meyer in his 3rd season as the Gator head coach. It was not a first down, about a foot needed for the first. I formation. They give it to the fullback. He tries to bounce. Oh, second effort. That's Brandon Sutherland, the short yardage specialist, and I believe he got enough to move the chain. That's a 1st and 10. Well, we talked about the few number of takeaways by this Georgia team. That's only their 7th of the year. And Florida doesn't give it up that much.
No, the key turnovers have cost them a game, I think, the LSU game. But you're right. This couldn't be a better start for Georgia right now.
1st down and 10 in a scoreless first quarter. Stafford draw play. Marino. Nice spin move, and he picks up 9 to the 20. Well, Mark Richt has an exemplary accomplishment. Oh, look at this. Marino, who's an excitable redshirt freshman out of New Jersey. Richt Outstanding record against everybody in the SEC except
Florida, right? Yeah, I think he does. He keeps the ship level. You know, I mean, there's not a lot of ups and downs in Mark Richt, and that plays off for his team. The team has been up and down, but Richt stays very calm.
1-5, however, against this Florida team. He's in his 7th season. Hand off Marino. Well, Knowshon Marino, a redshirt freshman, told us on the phone yesterday that it came down, despite his being raised in New Jersey, to either Florida or Georgia. And look at these gaudy stats in high school.
Well, at big-time football, you're used to looking at stats like that from skilled players, but those are pretty impressive, and I'd have to say that. He has a unique style of spinning. We've already seen it so far in this game.
First down and 10, second first down in this possession after the Keyston Moore fumble. They keep it on the ground. Marino comes left, huge hole. First and goal, Georgia at the 3.
Two different ways have been shown to attack this football team. LSU and Auburn did it with power. Sutherland just lifts the linebacker that time, Ryan Stamper, and carries Marino down into scoring first and goal from inside the 5.
They've run it 6 times, yet to pass. That's Figgins, the backup tight end. Keep it with Marino this time. Spins and gets maybe a yard. Jermaine Cunningham, number 49, with the tackle.
Well, you can see with a young offensive line that Georgia has, they've got 2 true freshmen, a redshirt freshman against a sack-happy defense. The strategy has been keep our guys in this football game on the offensive line by going right at them. That has always been an Achilles heel to this defense this year because of that young defensive tackle play for Florida.
2 fullbacks and the tailback. That's Marino on second down. Toss. Marino comes left. Gets down to the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal. Jermaine Cunningham, number 49, there to make the tackle. Well, Marino with a career high of 157 yards 2 weeks ago against Vanderbilt. Georgia getting a rare bye open week before this game. First time since 1991 they've had a week off.
And I think they feel good about themselves. Everything happened in their favor last week. The SEC East moved back to them, and they had to be delighted with last week's off week.
I formation again. Power to the left side on 3rd and goal. Marino up over the top. Did he break the plane? Yes. Georgia touchdown. And here comes the entire team. Watch this for excessive celebration. We may have 15 hankies in the air on this one. I can't believe this.
This was planned. This was absolutely planned. Mark Richt decided that he is going to try to fire his team up. He's tired of Florida having the psychological advantage. He's willing to give up the penalty. Look at that. That was a planned move.
Well, they are reviewing the play to
what
see
if it's reversed?
And did he break the plane? The answer is yes.
Would that be something? Get a 15-yard penalty, get it reversed, they'd be back on a 15-yard line.
Well, I counted 4 flags. Some of the officials decided not to participate.
I love what Georgia has done here. They are not going to back down an inch. They are going to say, Florida, we are in your face. We're tired of losing to you. We don't care about no lousy 15 yards.
Now, Urban Meyer's out having a discussion. Take another look. Knowshon Marino, I think that goal line view seemed to verify the fact that the ball did cross the plane.
They signaled before the ball went out. They signaled to 2 linesmen that it was a touchdown. Watch up here. The signal is going to come.
There, touchdown.
Ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown. We will now discuss the penalty enforcement.
Now we will discuss the penalty.
That looked like a Mormon Tabernacle Choir breakout.
You know, I think that was a message to Florida. Also, a message to Georgia fans that we are tired of being stomped on in this football game.
9 plays, 39 yards. Took just under 5 minutes. All 9 plays on the ground. Here's Penn Wagers, who will talk things over with Derek Harvey and Tony Joyner and Wandy Pierre-Louis.
College football is great, isn't it?
That was fun.
That'll be, I'll tell you what, Georgia wins this game. That'll go down.
After the play is over, unsportsmanlike on the Georgia bench coming on the football field. That penalty will go to the kickoff. Also, the dead ball, unsportsmanlike on number 75 on Georgia, will also be on the kickoff. There will be a 30-yard penalty for the kickoff.
They got to kick off from the goal line.
No, it'll be half the distance, I assume, obviously. They backed it up. And so, actually, if I was Florida, I wonder if they wouldn't want to back up one of these. No, Kutu's too good of a kicker. It would probably be better to take them both on the kickoff.
Brandon Kutu for the extra point. He's never missed an extra point in his career. 88 for 88. Good.
And Urban
look at Florida.
Meyer. Yeah, look at that.
They've masked at the 4.
And Urban says, are you guys ready? It's going to be a fight. There's number 15. You know what I'll say about number 15 right now? He's not going to think about that shoulder the rest of this football game.
Tony Joyner.
Tebow's ready. Joyner's ready. Forget the bruised shoulder.
Well, just a little bit of fun in this ball game. This was the fumble. Keyston Moore picked up on one hop by Asher Allen. And that was followed 9 plays later on this touchdown by Noshawn Marino. And Gary.
Then the message came up. I think they were happy. Look at right here in the middle. You're going to see number 75, Velasco, is going to get the taunting penalty when he dances. No, it's actually
it is 77.
Yes, right there. There's the taunting. I think Mark Richt was happy with 1 penalty. I don't think he expected 2. They're going to kick off from the 7.5-yard line. And look what Urban Meyer said. Let's go. These guys want to take us on. They're calling us out. Let's see if we can answer. Look at that. 9 straight rushes.
Kutu will kick off. High and very short. And it bounces, picked up not by the guy you'd expected. This is Eric Rutledge, and I gather this is the first time this season that he's had his hands on the football. He's a fullback, and now we got some more jawing going on, and a flag at the 50. Testy.
Oh boy, now you got to slow it down if you're Georgia. You got to now control yourself. Florida's all hyped up. They get one. Look at that. Mark Richt, the mild-mannered one.
After the play is over, personal foul. 43 on the receiving team, penalty 15 yards.
James Smith, who's the long snapper on this team. And now he's got to explain himself to Urban Meyer.
And look at the field position. This is where you'd normally have field position on a regular kickoff. So the whole thing has been a success for Mark Richt.
And for the second time, Florida goes on offense, this time trailing by 7. Hand off to Harvin out of the backfield. He goes left, gets a block, scoots around the corner, comes back to the right. He is elusive. And he might have enough for a first down. And he is jawing at the Georgia bench.
Oh, yeah, it isn't going to stop in this football game. You show any weakness out there right now, and you're going to get trampled.
Look at Mark Richt. Huge grin.
Now, who can play at this high-intensity level and still think? That's the key. You still have to be able to think and do your assignments.
Rutledge, man who returned the kickoff, is in. He's tight to the right side. Percy Harvin is lined up. Hyde Harvin, he's in the backfield. Option play. Tebow, pitch to Harvin. Gets a little block in the corner. He's got a little bit of speed as well. First down at the 40-yard line, a gain of 17.
Well, I'll tell you, you can see the adjustment that Florida has made. Keyston Moore's fumble has made Harvin the featured back. Now they're hiding him again. They got him in the back here. There he is. They're going to run the option. Tebow used to keep it a lot more. In this game, he's giving it to his other guys. I thought there was a chance that Harvin could have cut it. The field, by the way, is not in great shape. There was a Monday Night Football game here played, Indianapolis against Jacksonville, and the field is somewhat tore up.
There's been rain off and on throughout the week, including most of yesterday. Here's Tebow with a play fake. Deep left corner, man coverage, battle for the ball. Touchdown, Florida, Louis Murphy.
ISO to the outside. Murphy, watch the safety come in. He's got it the whole way and misses the ball. That is, as a defensive coordinator, just heartbreaking that you've got your guy in position and he does not make the play.
This is Butch Rowley, the holder. He was the third-string quarterback a year ago.
Illegal substitution against the defense. The penalty is declined. Third down. Touchdown.
I don't blame Penn Wagers for getting confused. Well, all he's had to deal with.
Exactly right. He wasn't in on the game plan either for Mark, was he?
Joey Eos will try the extra point. Louis Murphy, the junior from St. Petersburg, a 40-yard catch from Tebow.
Right, Tebow gets all the ink for his power running, but his deep throws this year, they don't look pretty, but they produce points.
Now it's time for the playbook presented by the Hartford.
Sometimes reputation can have an effect on a play. This is Harvin in the slot. Watch the safety, Rashid Jones. As Harvin comes out, he hangs just a little bit too long when you're still right there. Now, Jones should have made the play, but just that little bit of Harvin down the seed forced Jones to stay with the slot just a little bit too long, and then he should have made the play. I'm not saying that, but when you throw the ball up like that, I think Tebow says, I might have got away with that one, but we definitely answered the bell.
Here's Joey Eos, given a scholarship last summer, was the backup last year. Originally wanted to play soccer at East Carolina, and he winds up on the defending national champions. This is Asher Allen. And the hit made at the 15-yard line. Justin Williams, number 87. Marino hit behind the line and driven down. Dustin Doe with the tackle. Second down and 12, a loss of 2, ball at the 16. Stafford with a play fake, will throw for the first time in the ball game, has a man open. Massaquoi. Now he's got some room. Massaquoi all the way, Georgia touchdown. 84 yards.
After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 1 on Georgia. Penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Mohamed Massaquoi from Charlotte. Extra point is up and good.
Massaquoi one-on-one to the outside with the freshman Joe Hayden. Beats him right off the ball. Then Tony Joyner takes a poor angle. Joyner in the secondary. He's usually a guy that's more comfortable closer to the line of scrimmage. And at the end, Massaquoi gives him a gator. That one wasn't planned.
Here's the kick after the penalty for taunting. This is Brandon James at the 16. Out of one tackle, little stiff arm. He can't get by the third. Flags are thrown.
Flag.
Andrew Williams, a free safety with the tackle, number 47. we have had a flag fest this afternoon.
It's like a face mask from up here, right at the. Actually, both guys got each other's face masks, to tell you the truth.
That was his initial indication. 2 of them.
Yeah, I think it was both ways. I hope it was both ways. I think he's going to redo it, to tell you the truth.
During the return, personal foul, grasping the face mask, number 47 on Georgia. After the play, personal foul, grasping the face mask, also against Georgia. Wow. 30-yard penalty. First down.
I think Georgia fans have a right to be a little upset on that one, because I think there was face masks by both sides on that play. 2 30-yard penalties in this football game already.
Florida, trailing by 7, has a first down at the 33-yard line. Tebow, no runs so far. Harvin. Inside the 30, down to the 28. Let's check in with Tracy Wilson.
Thanks, guys. Here's a bit of an explanation for this high intensity on the Georgia sideline. A source told me that head coach Mark Richt told his team in the locker room, have fun, celebrate, have a good day. He did tell me that that rush after the touchdown was not planned. It was completely spontaneous, but so far, they're having fun out there, guys.
I don't think Mark Richt is, I've never known him to be deceitful.
I'm not buying that one.
I'm not either. Tracy, I trust your source. I think that was not extemporaneous. Here's Harvin going right, breaking tackles, and down to the 12-yard line.
Well, Urban Meyer, you can tell, has had enough with no production from the tailback, and especially in this game with a banged-up quarterback. Now, listen, we're almost through the first quarter here. Tebow has not run the ball. He must get production from the tailback, and basically you're seeing Harvin running tailback now. He's doing the Reggie Bush job that a lot of people thought he was Reggie Bush when he came in. He's showing you he can play just like him.
4 carries, 47 yards. Keyston Moore is on now. It was his fumble, but now Tebow comes out to the right side, direct snap, and Moore fumbles it.
Jeez.
Holy cow! Georgia believes they've got it. Keyston Moore had it go right through his hands.
You draw up on the blackboard, they look good, but when you do them during the game, they're a little harder to execute. This is a right shoulder call. A right shoulder Tebow call, if you ask me.
Well, a long time unraveling the bodies. Apparently, Florida has retained possession.
And now Brandon James will come in at tailback.
Urban Meyer is chatting with Keyston Moore.
Yeah, we're not going to try to read his lips on that one. What are you doing? I skipped a word there, but what are you doing? And Florida's very fortunate to have the ball back.
Second down and 22. Brandon James and Harvin. Now Harvin goes in a slot to the left. Tebow with an empty backfield. Line calls being made. Georgia brings 5. Tebow sacked for the second time. Cade Weston, number 91, was the first one there.
There was no mystery here. Georgia was telling Florida they're coming with the blitz. I mean, you look back, the back 7. Here's man, 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 man. They are covering the 5 wide receivers. It is an all-out blitz. 6 are coming on it, and they are getting the ball out of Tebow's hands right here. 6 come, 5 cover. Florida cannot pick it up.
3rd and 26. From the 29. That's Brandon James alongside Tebow. 5 come this time. Tebow. He's sacked for the 3rd time. Coming into the game in the first half of the season, 5 sacks total.
I'll give credit to Georgia's game plan here. Now remember, they had the bye week. Before, it has been Florida having the bye week. They are ready. They're giving Florida blitz packages, and their front four, that time it was Cade Weston, is playing more physical football than Florida's offensive line.
Oh, my.
I don't think it's a big deal. I think Florida was going to punt anyway, to tell you the truth, on the delay.
We have reached the end of the first quarter. Four-man rush. Stafford is forced out of the pocket. And he's going to come up short of the first down at the 39-yard line. Dustin Doe with the tackle. Now here's Brandon Coutu. This will be from 56 yards. The longest of his career, 58 yards. He is 5 of 10 over the course of his career from beyond 50. From 56, low. And not good.
Look at him see the clock. Well, there's been so much talk this year about the spread offense and where it arrived from. It used to be the wing T. There's Johnny Majors back with Tennessee. Look at the center, though. The difference back then, the center had his head between his legs. That kind of came out of vogue, but you see the same basic play. Look at the center's head now. He's up, he's blocking, same type of power. Wing T offense from the spread with Tebow, but look at the difference. Now the evolution has been 5 wideouts, and you can run or pass the ball or put one of these dangerous guys in motion and run the option. The evolution of the wing T from Tebow back to Johnny Majors and back to Tebow. Johnny Majors looked bigger there, but I think he's like 5'9", 170. Tebow 6'3", 240 probably.
Johnny Majors has moved back to Knoxville, Tennessee. He had lived in Pittsburgh for a long, long time. And back in Knoxville now. First down and 10. Here's Tebow. Play fake. Back to throw. Deep right side. Man open. And it's caught by Fayson. Jarred Fayson, number 11. That's only his 3rd catch of the year. It's good for a 25-yard gain.
Weapons, weapons, weapons. Fayson's in the slot. He's playing Harvin's spot because the ball that time was faked to Harvin. How about that? Lewis Murphy going long. Fake the ball to Harvin. You can run the ball with Tebow, or you throw the ball to Fayson coming off the bench.
How about the game plan for Florida?
Oh, you can see they're protecting Tebow's shoulder. He still, I'm looking at the stats, has not rushed the ball yet.
He has completed 5 of 5. This is Brandon James along his left. Georgia with 4 down. Brandon James keeps it. Breaks the initial contact and gets inside the 30. Jarius Wynn, number 99. But look at this outside. You think tailgating isn't popular here? These folks have left. They're watching these huge screens here by the banks of the St. John River. Sellout crowd, of course.
Can they hear us? If we said wave or something like that, would they be able to hear us?
I don't know.
We got to try that shot a little bit later.
Yeah, but you know what's embarrassing? If you say wave and nobody reacts.
Yeah, well, they didn't buy a ticket. What do you want?
2nd and 4.
Another motion play.
This is Tebow. They fumbled this the last time. And this is Percy Harvin instead of Keyston Moore. Timeout called. Florida. That's their 2nd.
So far, Urban is better of getting in front of the linesman than Mark Richt is. Clock was running down. Tebow's going to go in motion. See, Urban kind of sensed that this would have been a delay of game, and he got in front of the official and made the timeout call.
Florida with 1 timeout remaining, tie game.
There's Urban Meyer right there. Now watch it. He's going to come in. He senses this. He knows what's going to happen, and he gets right in front, calls a timeout. Good job, Urban.
David Nelson is an extra wide receiver. There's the give. Brandon James, he's got a first down plus to the 23-yard line. And how about Tim Tebow and what he's done today?
Yeah, the Tebow attack track. We were ready. Uh-oh. Nothing, 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 nothing. We've extracted the attack track here.
You know, you draw really well. I like that.
I'm liking the circle highlight thing right
Yeah.
here.
Well, Percy Harvin is in now. I don't know if we're going to see much of Keyston Moore. He muffed a direct snap and also fumbled in the first quarter. Here's Tebow under pressure, fires it out. It's incomplete. Boy, was somebody right in the face. It looked like it might have been Marcus Howard, number 38. And a little more on Keyston Moore. Here's Tracy.
Thanks, guys. As you mentioned, Keyston Moore in the coach's doghouse because of the 2 fumbles. Myers went up to Brandon James on the bench before this drive and said, "You're in." James, who struggled with an ankle injury, had it retaped for reinforcement. As for Moore, he's still right there on the sideline waiting to go in if he gets the okay.
That could be a long wait. This was earlier after he had muffed the direct snap on a play they'd put in, and Urban Meyer doing a little coaching.
Yes.
Second down. Inside shovel play. Brandon James caught and dropped. Donnell Ellerby, number 33, led the charge.
It's funny, this week I asked Urban a couple times, where's your inside shovel option? I said, I haven't seen it this year. And he right away said, well, I remember that SEC championship when Arkansas intercepted one for a touchdown. And he made the other good point. In this conference, with these defensive ends, they play both the quarterback and the pitch. And he does not feel as much confident in that play as he did at Utah or Bowling Green.
3rd and 9. Caldwell is wide right. 4 receivers to the left. Georgia with 3 down, but they'll bring at least 4. They will bring 5. Tebow sacked for the 4th time. They are 1 away, Georgia is, of equaling the number of sacks against this Florida offensive line in the first 7 games.
Well, you're going to see this guy right here sneak in and be the next blitzer. Sneaking from the backside is Keelan Johnson. He's the one that comes in and forces and breaks down, and Geno Atkins is able to get in there and make it. But Willie Martinez has been dialing him up in this game. He's had 2 weeks to prepare, and he has dialed up something that Florida is not used to seeing. 43 yards. This would be the longest of the season for Joey Eos. He's got plenty of distance. Eos from 43 breaks the tie. Florida leads 17-14. 2 miles away from Jacksonville Municipal Stadium. This is the Jacksonville Landing, and this is the heart of most of the pregame frivolity. Oh, look at that. They're all waving. They're dialed in.
Oh, goodness. Right by the St. Johns River. And the Jacksonville Municipal Stadium up to the right. You see downtown Jacksonville. We had no undue celebration on the last play, so he kicks off from the 30.
Different.
This is Asher Allen, number 2. Nice juke. And he gets 15 extra yards out to the 35. Trivia question of the week. What single-wing quarterback led his team to victory in the Georgia-Florida series on his way to winning the Heisman Trophy? Johnny Majors was not.
He's in the running.
Yeah.
No, that is not the answer.
Okay.
Well, a big stop for Georgia last time with that offense. They bowed up a little bit, held them to a field goal. Let's see what happens.
1st down and 10 at the 35. Stafford. Sean Bailey can't hang on. It's an incomplete pass.
Stafford's pass intended for number 4, Sean Bailey. 2nd down.
Well, that's the nightmare from a year ago in this football game when Georgia dropped all those passes, lost the football game 21-14, had 5 turnovers plus the drop passes. A little bit of Kentucky offense there. The finesse screen pass coming out of the blocks on 1st down.
At a 2nd down and 10, Georgia trailing by 3. Now Stafford emulates Tebow. There's a direct snap right side. Noshawn Marino And he gouges out yardage to the 41-yard line. Dustin Doe makes the tackle.
Well, this play has been so devastating. The direct snap, it was started a year ago to McFadden at Arkansas. Everyone has it in their game plan. Obviously, a lot of teams don't have a Tebow to run it, and Georgia doesn't want Stafford running it.
No.
Good strategy.
No, you're right. 3rd and 4. Stafford flips it out right side. Marino cuts back inside. He's got a first down near the 47-yard line.
Well, in man-to-man coverage, 2 free safeties. Jermaine Cunningham, number 49. You'll see him. He's got the back. Marino, look at Cunningham have to stop, cannot make the play. Good block on spikes, and Marino shows you that flash and dash with the football. Really an outstanding looking football player. 3rd
down conversion, a first down and 10. Stafford for the day, 3 of 5. 100 yards. He'll throw now, play action on first down, looks deep, goes deep into double coverage and overthrows everybody.
Yeah, I think that was by design. Safety was over on the play. Kyle Wright was on it that time, and Kyle Jackson was on the play that time, and Stafford tossed that one where nobody could get him.
A lot of changes around the offensive line now. Vince Vance has come in at left guard, and Trenton Sturdivant is out. No, there's Sturdivant. I beg your pardon. He's at left tackle. Vance at left guard. 2nd down and 10. Florida brings a man from the corner. Across the middle, Sean Bailey. First down at the 25.
Well, that corner position for Florida has been a problem. You see it press bail. This is where Hayden is trying to drive the receiver to the inside. And last year, where Reggie Nelson blows that play up, Kyle Jackson's a half step slower. Good throw, and that makes the play.
See the numbers for 2005 and 2007. Bailey sat out all of last year with a knee injury. Here's Trip Chandler, the tight end. They hand it off to Marino. He comes right, tests the middle, and scoots inside the 20 to the 17-yard line.
Well, that's the 24th play of the game, I think, for Georgia. Yes, 24 plays. Marino has 15 rushes and 2 receptions. So on 17 of the 24 plays, Marino is the guy.
You know, we've done 3 Florida games this year. We usually are saying Tebow is the guy.
Exactly. But you can see the tailback, and without Lumpkin and Brown, he is getting the workload.
Sutherland's in as a fullback now as they go from the I, the power I. That's Figgins, the tight end. Play fake. Stafford deep in the end zone for his tight end, just beyond his reach. Trip Chandler, the intended receiver.
Well, it would have taken a one-handed catch. This is good defense. This time, Kyle Jackson is in the play. Corner, I guess, was it Hayden on the play at both sides. That would have been either a touchdown or obviously an incompletion. That's exactly where Stafford should have thrown it. 3rd and what, 2 or 3? Here,
3rd and 3.
Yep.
In a 17-14 game with 4:31 to go. Lawrence Marsh, the redshirt freshman wearing number 90, is on defensively now in the line for Florida. Stafford, quarterback draw. Goes right, he's to the 10, 1st and goal, Georgia. Not something you'd expect.
Well, when you're laying it on the line, and if you're going to beat Florida, you got to play 11 on 11. Watch Sutherland right here, 36. That's who this is going to be. Quarterback draw all the way. Follow Sutherland. Good block. Fits it really well that time, and that's exactly where Stafford goes. Urban Meyer has only lost 6 times at Florida. Each time, the winning team has scored more than 20 points. Georgia has a chance now to get over 20 points.
And that's not something they've done often in this series since 1990. Here's Marino, right side. On first down, it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's going to be tough 9 yards here. To think that you can run the ball 3 straight times and pick up 9 yards to score against Florida will overload the line of scrimmage and force you into a throwing situation here.
Well, as we've said, Gary, in this series, Georgia difficult finding points. Last 17 games, a 2-15 record. They've averaged less than 17.
Better matchup up here than the bottom. It's bracketed to the bottom where Sean Bailey is. Oh, man, that's going to be a penalty.
Stafford took a knee.
He did. There was a Florida defensive lineman in the neutral zone. The center snapped it. Stafford took a knee.
2 flags down.
Was it
McMillan?
McMillan?
It was McMillan.
Stafford clearly had taken a knee, but the referee did not blow his whistle. Listen and see if you hear a whistle.
That was strange.
Players should know if someone takes a knee, though.
There is no line of scrimmage infraction. There was no one in the end zone. The ball was snapped. The quarterback went down on the ground. After the play, quarterback was clearly down. Dead ball, personal foul against Florida.
Urban Meyer obviously disagreeing with Penn Wager's interpretation.
All right, watch the Florida player go into the neutral zone from the middle. The ball is snapped. That is a bad call. I'm telling you, the center snapped the ball when the Florida player was in the neutral zone. Watch this. Watch the ball by Vlasco get snapped right there. That is a penalty.
Lawrence Marsh.
Absolutely. Marsh was in the neutral zone, and then that is obviously a 15-yard penalty after the way. But it should be a 5-yarder, then a 15-yarder.
Instead, it's 1st down and goal, Georgia. They hand it to the fullback, Sutherland. He's a touchdown maker, but this time there's a flag back at the 12-yard line. Illegal procedure, Georgia.
When the official calls it, that usually means a running back kind of flinches or doesn't come to a stop.
Prior to the snap, false start. 72 on the offense, penalty 5 yards. That remains first.
Vince Vance.
Yes, it was.
Sounds like the leader of a rock and roll group from the 60s.
Well, right now he doesn't want to be the lead, that's for sure. There's Vance right there. He'd like to be the background drummer or bass guy because he's got the lead right there, shifting up front.
Dallas folks will remember Vince Vance and the Valiants.
And look where they're back, right where they were before when the series started. 1st and goal from the 9.
1st and goal. Stafford out of the spread, now comes up.
Better numbers up here than to the bottom where Bailey's getting bracketed.
Stafford quarterback draw again, nothing. Down to the 10. Lawrence Marsh, number 90. 2:35 to go, 17-14.
Let's look at what we're talking about here. Georgia has 3 receivers. Okay, right here we got 2 defensive backs covering 1, but to the top you've got 1-on-1. That's where the ball should go if you get this look.
Second and goal from the 10. This is Marsh, redshirt freshman. Massaquoi, top of the screen. Tony Wilson is in the slot. This is Sutherland in motion. Inside handoff, Marino tries to dart outside. Nothing there. He'll make something. And he plunges for the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia.
Watch the play right here, and is to go at him. You have to be tough, you have to be physical, and you have to be aggressive. And they have been all 3. It's a draw one way, it's stopped. Marino bounces off, goes the other way. What a exhilarating run. Does he get in? I think so.
I did too.
He sticks his left hand down and puts the ball over the line.
Looks good.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Different Florida team with a nicked up Tebow. We can see that.
Brandon Coutu with the extra point. That was a marvelous run by Noshawn Marino, the young man from Belford, New Jersey. Heads to his left, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They lead by 4.
These 2-minute drills, he always had the element of the scramble before. Will he use it now?
Brandon James, number 25, with the return, but not very far. And the answer to our trivia question: what single wing quarterback won the Georgia-Florida game the same year that he won the Heisman? Frank Sinkwich in 1942.
Look at that. Single wing, fake it around, run it. Frank Sinkwich.
Handsome left. Back in the early 40s. First down and 10.
This will be very interesting, the play calling from right here, because a turnover really could change the game before half.
Turnovers are even at 1 apiece. The handoff, Harvin. We've not seen Keyston Moore since fumble in the first quarter, and then a muffed snap. Corey Irvin, number 90, makes that tackle. Coming up, the Geico halftime report. We'll be going back to New York for Tim and Spencer. All the scores and highlights here on this weekend in college football.
The adjustment to Harvin in the backfield may help the running, but it's hurting the passing game. Remember the touchdown pass when Harvin drew coverage? They are a better football team, I believe, when he's out in this slot like he is right now.
Now Cornelius Ingram, CI they call him, leans back in and listens to Tim Tebow. Quarterback draw, his first run of the ball game. Looks for help. He's down at the 26-yard line. That is his first run this afternoon.
And I thought it was not the aggressive Tebow we've seen in the past. Now watch him just look for a spot. Before, he would look for somebody to hit. Watch him look for space, kind of start to get down and protect that shoulder. Listen, you cut your face shaving, it bleeds for a week after you shave. If you get a bruised shoulder, it's going to hurt for at least a week.
Extra padding on that right shoulder this afternoon, as Tracy told you. Here's the fake. Tebow, Caldwell, tipped. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that was I don't quite understand that call, because for Florida now they're going to be forced to punt. Obviously Florida with under 20 seconds was not going to score in this drive. Now you forced a punt, a bad snap, a blocked punt. I think it would have been better for Florida to run the ball there and at least force Georgia to use another timeout. In the middle, Dan Mullen, offensive coordinator at the age of 35. Young man who played collegiate football at Ursinus College. Thomas Flowers is back to return it, wearing number 6 today, normally number 29. That's a nice punt by Chaz Henry. And Flowers backs up, takes the grab at the 22-yard line. 54-yard punt, nothing on the return. 3 seconds to go before the breaks. They came into this game undefeated in 2002, lost 20-13, a nighttime game. That was Georgia's only defeat in a 13-1 year. Matthew Stafford takes a knee. Mark Richt is with Tracy Wolfson.
Thanks, Vern. 4 sacks on Tebow. How have you been able to get so much pressure on him?
Well, we brought a few things from the perimeter and just our linebacking core. I'm not sure we've gotten him without pressuring him yet, but Coach Martinez has done a nice job of bringing the pressures at the right time.
We've been talking all day about the intensity of this team. It started when your whole team rushed onto the field after that first touchdown. Was that planned?
I told them if they didn't get a penalty for a celebration after the first score, I was going to be mad at them.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
If you back down 1 inch, they'll smell it. And I want you to be aggressive from the very first play. And let's go toe-to-toe and see what happens.
Here's the handoff to Noshawn Marino. Breaks the first tackle. And it was Marino who got the first touchdown of this ball game. And the reaction after he scored was memorable.
It sure was. First of all, it was a great drive. Remember, it was a running play on every one of the plays. And then he sent his team out there and said, we don't care about stats. We don't care about formations. We don't care about spread. We care about being in this football game and being aggressive.
There were the expected penalties for unnecessary celebration. There was an additional penalty for taunting, so 30 yards marked off on the kickoff, but well worth it for Georgia. Here's Marino into the secondary and cut down at the 44 after a 17-yard gain.
Tony Joyner came from a deep angle that time. He didn't hug it real tightly, and Marino read it. Watch Joyner right here. He comes deep, and Marino goes inside it. Watch this. Joyner comes, does not close real tight, and that allows that little hole inside of Tony Joyner. Beautiful run with your eyes from Marino.
19 carries for 94 yards for Noshawn Marino, and Georgia calls timeout. First down and 10. Bulldogs. Stafford hands it off. Marino. Whoa, what a force he's been. Now the chase. There's an angle, and he's knocked out of bounds, but it'll be first and goal. Kyle Jackson caught up with him, but he picked up 42 yards.
This is into the teeth of an 8-man front. Well blocked by Georgia. Marino goes over 100 yards. Watch Kyle Jackson. Remember, he's playing the Reggie Nelson spot, the major right spot. How slow he comes up. That was an eraser play last year. This year, there's no eraser, and gashed. Good blocking, great running, and Marino is on his way to a huge day.
Brandon Sutherland gets the handoff, and it'll be second down. How about these first half trends, Gary?
Well, you can see it. Tebow just one rush. We heard Tracy talk to coach. You can tell that shoulder, although they tried to keep it quiet. We had the story. I think that it was going to be a problem in this game. Personal fouls. I think they've been just an emotional-filled game, and Marino continues to make the plays at tailback.
Jason Johnson, who has 2 carries in his career as a tailback. They hand it off to the fullback, Sutherland. He is stopped. 3rd and goal at the 1. Tony Joyner with the tackle. Brandon Sutherland, the junior, with 8 touchdowns on the ground last year. He's got 3 this year.
I think Georgia and Mark Richt will go for this on 4 downs. 24-17 is not what he wants here. He wants 28 points.
Noshawn Marino is back on the field. Play fake into the flat, caught, touchdown. Brandon Sutherland, his 6th catch of the year, his first touchdown reception of 2007.
28 points are on the board for Georgia.
After the extra point, it's 28-17.
Sutherland's in the guy, just in the slot. He's going to come right out, right into the flat, right there. I was a little quick with my circle there, wasn't I? Kind of stuck on the screen. You got the idea. It's the version, it's the jump pass to the outside almost for Georgia. 28-17, and a busted up quarterback for Florida.
3 times in the red zone, 3 Georgia touchdowns. Celebration dog style.
If I'm Florida, I'm putting Harvin back out to the wide receiver spot. I'm going back and I'm going to say, Tim Tebow, you threw for 8,000 gazillion yards in high school. Let's see if you can throw it, because now we need points because Georgia's putting them on the board.
Bulldogs with 28 points in their 15 losses to Florida in the last 17 years. They averaged 17 points per game. Here's the kick by Brandon Coutu, very short. Brandon James moves up, grabs it at the 15. Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And Katu made the tackle. How about the day for Tim Tebow, bruised shoulder and all?
Well, you can tell the game plan has been trying to protect it, but the offense has been wobbly at best. The pass, some good, but the sacks, enough bad. And even when Tim Tebow ran it, he looked like he was trying to get down. And watch at the end of the play, Vern, he pushes himself up with his left arm. He's favoring it.
Sacked 4 times today. Coming into the game, 5 sacks for the season. Percy Harvin. And Tebow goes out to the left. Here's a direct snap to Harvin.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Nope. Keyston Moore, of course, has ridden the pines, as they say, because he had 2 fumbles in the first half.
Yeah, you see with Keyston Moore right there, that's a story, and it's affected the game plan because it's taken Harvin out from the outside, and another guy that has not been in the game so far in this game, and I think is one of the weapons, number 7. There's Harvin, but right next to him is Ingram right there. He has not caught a pass, or he had 1 thrown to him yet.
Harvin, that is incomplete. It's not a lateral. So it will be 3rd down here as Florida trails by 11.
Harvin on that play, he reached down for the ball, and I think the Georgia defender landed on him. Remember, the ball was thrown to the outside. It was incomplete, and as he reaches to it, Bird hits his right arm, and Harvin has been favored ever since. Watch this. Reaches out. Now his right elbow, right shoulder, right wrist. Harvin immediately went down for it, and that could be the 2 main players on this football team with injuries. Tebow and now Harvin.
Next to Urban Meyer now with an elbow or arm injury, and Tracy's on her way over. We'll get information as soon as we can. Here's Tebow with an empty backfield. Backs up, steps up inside Lewis Murphy. It will be 4th down. He's short of the first down marker. Prince Miller, number 23, defending.
Right now, Willie Martinez, defensive coordinator for Georgia, is in the Florida head. He's been on those 3rd down plays bringing the blitz and sacking them. That time he only rushed 3. Florida threw very quickly, but not enough to pick it up. Now in the past, this was Tebow time. 4th and short. Will it be Tebow time here?
Probably the most famous play of his freshman season was a 4th down against Tennessee. That was 4th and 2. They do not have Keyston Moore in the backfield. The fullback is Eric Rutledge. 4th down and 1. It's Tebow. Well, he got it. But notice that right shoulder was held back.
You know what's interesting there is they didn't block him much. You know, that Georgia defensive line, watch him stuff this play. Inside, usually Tebow goes straight ahead. There was nothing there. He was forced to come out. He landed on that right elbow, but he did pick it up.
Brandon James in the backfield now. Harvin is back on the field. Good news for the Gators. He's in the slot, top of the screen. Here's the handoff to Brandon James, the tiny mite. He's only 5'6". and 180 pounds. He runs into Brandon Miller, number 12, the linebacker. Report from Tracy Wolfson that Percy Harvin has a right shoulder bruise, which would be the same injury that's bothered Tim Tebow. Harvin in the backfield.
Boy, Ingram is not in the football game. Back-to-back plays.
2nd down, 8. Caldwell in the slot now. They hand it to Harvin. He goes left, darts to the outside, gets by Prince Miller, and runs out of bounds with a nice run and a first down for the Gators at the 38-yard line.
Eric Rutledge did a nice job of hooking the end man on the line of scrimmage this time. Number 29 right there. Gets the block, gets outside, and does a good job by Harvin. Harvin carrying the ball in his right shoulder. Doesn't want to take anybody on. Very, very smart.
Jarred Fayson is on. Aaron Hernandez, the tight end, heads to the bench. 14-yard gain and a first down at the 38-yard line. Harvin again in the backfield. Play fake. Deep right side. Fayson wide open. Hit and dropped inside the 10. First and goal, Florida. Second time he's been open in the deep right flap.
And the exact same play both times. Both to the right. Run off. Murphy. Bring Fayson right behind him. Watch. Murphy's going to go long. Fayson's going to come right in the same angle. Watch this. Nice play. Play action inside. Come to the outside. Give it time. Trail. It's kind of a trail route, wheel route, whatever you want to call it. But it's perfectly timed. Fayson comes up like he's going to block, then just kind of sneaks out into the flat. Perfect throw.
First and goal. Harvin in the slot to the left. Caldwell is in motion. They hand it off to Brandon James. Again, I hate to keep harping on this, but Keyston Moore, who's their second leading rusher for the year, on the bench because of 2 fumbles in the first half.
That play, though, is reminiscent of a number of times in the past, though. You would see Tebow fake that and keep it right behind him. That has not been in the game plan here today. It's been all handoffs in that situation. Now, when they bring in Fayson and they have Harvin in the backfield, they like to run the options down here. Let's see if they come with an option play now.
Murphy and Fayson go to the left side. Ingram again is still on the bench. That's Rutledge, the fullback, who goes in motion. Tebow. Tebow to the 2.
There's that ride play where the quarterback just takes the ball and runs with it. It's getting to the point now, Vern, where Tebow has nothing else to do but run the ball. They need him in this attack if they're going to beat Georgia. Now, they trailed by Auburn early in the year by 14 points, and remember, they tied it up. They trail by 11 here. Still anybody's game.
Third and goal. 7. Here's Tebow again. Searches, probes a little bit. Touchdown, Gators. That's his 11th rushing touchdown of the season.
Yeah, you don't see both hands going up, do you?
No, you don't.
That's a one hand come. Well, actually, it's half a crowd, though. So he's only going it to his side because it's 50-50. He only needs one hand in this stadium. You're right. He snuck behind it this time. Then he took the power and led with his left arm, if you notice that, too.
Joey Eos with the extra point. Cuts it to the right upright. And the Georgia Bulldogs open the third quarter with a sustained drive for a TD. Florida comes right back, and it's 28-24.
Well, the combination of the play-action pass and Tebow running, we saw a lot more of the Florida offense that people are used to seeing.
And we join the SEC in celebrating 75 years of Southeastern Conference football. Perhaps the most famous call in the history of this encounter. 1980, here's Larry Munson.
To the 30, Lincoln's got 35-40. Lincoln's got 45-50, 45-40. 1, Lincoln, 25-20, 50, 10, 5. Lincoln's got, Lincoln's got, Lincoln's got.
Larry Munson, now 85 years of age. Because of health, he's not doing road games. This is the first time since 1965 that Larry has not called this Georgia-Florida rivalry for Georgia Radio Network. And read an article today in the Athens newspaper that Larry said he was going to watch the first half, and he got too tense. He was going fishing. He's a legend, and deservedly so, and we wish him well. Florida will kick off. Asher Allen, number 2, dragged down at the 19-yard line. An 84-yard strike in the first half of this game to Muhammad Massaquoi. And here's Stafford back to throw. Drills it. That's Sean Bailey, number 4. Chased by Wandy Pierre-Louis, and a flag is down. Back at the 39-yard line.
Boy, I hate to pick on one guy a lot, but Kyle Jackson, the safety that time, was right there to make the play, and Sean Bailey runs right through him after catching the ball. Watch number 3 on this slant play right there in the middle of the field. He cheats over with the motion. It's a slant play. He's standing right there. Kind of runs right by him. He over pursued it and right through his territory again. Another slant, good throw, and a missed tackle in that Florida secondary.
46-yard gain, but a procedure call.
Whoa.
Now, how about this? I mean, the first down, the ball snapped at the 20. The flag dropped at the 39-yard line.
Not enough men on the line of scrimmage against the offense. Penalty, 5 yards. Down remain first.
Wipes out a 46-yard gain.
What happened, I think, is the receiver and the motion guy moved at the same time. Now watch what happens right here. He's off the line of scrimmage. There's a shift. Everybody stopped. I guess they're calling this guy off the line of scrimmage down here.
Wow.
Oh, that's really, really close.
That wipes out a 46-yard gain. Here's the handoff to Marino, and he's stuffed for a loss.
That was really a huge penalty, that motion penalty on first down.
Off the back foot, right side. This is Jason Johnson, number 39. Jason Johnson from Chicago. Here's a footnote. He sang in the high school choir with Jennifer Holliday, the star of Dreamgirls, who won
American Idol. Yes, I don't know if she won it, but it doesn't matter. She did everything else after it.
Well, yes, indeed. Won an Oscar. And we got to credit Dave McMahon, our longtime Georgia guru, for that little nugget. Third down, 9. Marino's in the backfield. Here's Trip Chandler, the tight end, tight to the right. Inside. Whoa, nothing doing. Sean Bailey. Well, how about the effect of the penalty?
Absolutely. The ball would have been, what, 50, 45-yard line down here? Now after a 5, hazy, kind of, wasn't an obvious call on that illegal penalty. Florida that time did not look to be aligned right. People running all over, and that really made the stop easier for Florida because they were misaligned.
How about this? First punt of the ball game for the Georgia Bulldogs. Ryan Mims.
Looks like they're coming for it. Excuse me, Vern.
Yep, here comes the punt safe formation for the Georgia Bulldogs. Nice, high, returnable. Brandon James. There's a block and there's a flag. Yes, indeed. Block in the back.
No doubt about it.
During the return, illegal block in the back against the receiving team. Penalty 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
First down, Florida. 28-24, Georgia. Tebow pumps once. He's been sacked 5 times in this game. That's the 5th sack, and that equals the number of times Tebow had been downed behind the line of scrimmage in the previous 7 games.
It's going to come from the left side. Top of the screen here, left side of Tebow, but it's going to be a kind of a finesse pass to the outside, and Tebow doesn't see it. He tries to reload, and that time Jason Watkins could not handle big Marcus Howard.
That's the 2nd sack of the day for Marcus Howard. 2nd down and 18. 3 men down for Georgia. They bring 5. Tebow pumps once, fires it incomplete. Cornelius Ingram right in his mitts.
Well, sometimes, you don't use a guy all game, and he just isn't in the flow of the game. And Ingram, he's not going to drop a pass like that all year. Hits him right in the helmet, and he drops it.
Flag on the play. Here's the call.
Illegal shift on the offense. Penalty is declined. 4.
Third.
Too many flags in front of too many people.
That's right. Well, CI, that's money in the bank, and that would have got it to about 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 17 or 18 here.
Officially, they'll call it 18. Murphy comes right Harvin in the slot right. Keyston Moore is back on the field for the first time since the first quarter. That's Moore who goes in motion left. Tebow drilled as he lets it go. It's caught. How about that? Andre Caldwell breaks the tackle. First down, Florida.
Well, Georgia decides to gamble. They bring 5 players, meaning it's one-on-one in the secondary. Caldwell, see the inside technique right here. It's man-to-man. Caldwell goes down, runs him off, catches it, and then run through the tackle from Prince Miller. That's the key. How about that? They decide to bring 5 one-on-one, and Tebow delivers it, and Caldwell finishes it.
Needed 18 on third down. They got 19. First down at the 45. Tebow steps back. 6 times he's been down. Jarius Wynn, number 99, first sack of the season.
Because Tebow does not have the running a threat, Georgia is teeing off and sacking him similar to the way that Florida's defense went after Woodson. Without that running threat, Georgia's able to try to meet Tebow in the pocket, and now Tim is finding out what the rest of us feel like playing quarterback.
Well, we were told that he was suffering from a severely bruised shoulder, a contusion of the shoulder. I would say it's obvious it is seriously bruised.
Obvious.
Second down and 18. Flags down. A timeout called as just prior to the flag.
Four receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Georgia with 3 down. They bring 5 again. Stunts inside. Passes incomplete. Incomplete. It'll be third down.
You can just see that this Georgia team is sick of hearing about Florida. Ball is actually, I think, thrown to the wrong side of the formation. You have more of a chance. The numbers are better to the right side. It allows the safety to come on Caldwell, and obviously that ball came out, and it was pretty close.
Just a moment ago on 3rd and 18, Tebow found Andre Caldwell for a 19-yard gain.
They're not going to blitz here. Might bring 4, but they're not going to bring 5.
They bring 3. Tebow straight down the middle. He overthrew wide open Cornelius Ingram.
He had 2 of them. He had Caldwell also. Ball sailed on him just a bit. Ingram's here to the outside. Caldwell's going to be just outside of him. Watch this. 2 guys open on the same play. One miss, the other. Caldwell says, I was open too. Ball just a hair long, maybe about 3 yards too high.
And so on 4th and 18, 2:14 to go in the third. Here is Chaz Henry. Thomas Flowers is back, grabs it on the run at the 30. Nice open field tackle at the 33-yard line. That's a 39-yard punt and 8 on the return. That is only the 3rd punt return against Florida all year.
Not enough men on the line of scrimmage on the kicking team. The penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down.
That's right. My mistake. That's the rule this year. You can't add it. Good field position. Good call by Mark Richt. And there's the guy, the story of the game so far right there. Moreno back in this football game.
They'll ride him again. He does a nice spin move, breaks a tackle, and darts out to the 48, 49-yard line. Kyle Jackson is out. Dustin Monroe. Dorian Monroe has moved to safety. And here's the reverse. They fake it, and Stafford is caught and dropped. Ryan Stamper, the backup outside linebacker.
Well, right now, I think Georgia fans are saying, we saw this play against South Carolina. We don't like this play anymore. 3rd and 1 play against, or maybe it was 4th and 1, where Stafford turns his back. And this time on a play on Another sack where Stafford had no chance selling one of those fancy Boomer Esiason type fakes. Remember that when Boomer used to do it?
I do. David Green at Georgia was great at that in his 4 years as a starter. Second down and 20. Stafford back, right side. Oh, what a gun. But he leads his receiver, Sean Bailey, by just a yard too much. Well, take a look at this. Kentucky lost at home to Mississippi State today. That leaves 4 with 2 defeats. Again, Florida, if they win out the next 3 weeks, they are in as the SEC East champions. South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee with 2 apiece.
And how about the way Mississippi State is fighting? I think they're one win away from a bowl possibility.
Kyle Jackson back in the secondary defensively. Third down and 20. Florida with a 3-man rush. A little lob out to the fullback, Sutherland, and Georgia will punt it away. Brandon Spikes, number 51, makes the tackle.
As the pressure has ratcheted up here, you can see both teams are now starting to look at the scoreboard and not wanting to be the one to make the next big mistake.
We begin the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson. Georgia leads it 28-24, and on 4th down and 20, Brian Mims will punt. Brandon James awaits it at the 15-yard line. Short, very, very short. It does take a Georgia roll, but it will come to an end at the 31-yard line. First down and 10. Here's Tebow, hands it off. Harvin starts left and pulls back to the right. Well, you know that Tim Tebow has taken on an aura of Superman. How about this? This was in the 5th grade, a church play at First Baptist Church in downtown Jacksonville. How appropriate. And there's his mom, Pam.
It's just exactly like him, doesn't it?
Oh, my gracious. Second down and 5. Percy Harvin again in the backfield. Option play, the pitch. Harvin gets a good block downfield at the 45-yard line. Boy, he got a good block by a wide receiver then.
Coming back, Tebow takes it as far as he can, pitches it out. I didn't not see who got the block downfield.
Jarred Fayson.
Fayson, number 11, got the block, and Harvin, the option and the run game, still alive in this football game, and it's what they do. It's what they do. They have to do this to win.
First down and 10. Hand off, left side, Brandon James. He fights. Calls for a first down at the 33-yard line. First down and 10. Florida trailing by 4. Tebow steps up, pulls back, goes right side, man coverage. A little jostling at the 1 between Harvin and Prince Miller, and no flag. And an incomplete pass.
That's that run formation with the quarterback play action pass. Georgia probably got sick of watching it for 2 weeks in their film study. They were ready for that one.
Obviously, we've dwelt on the Tebow injury. How about the week off for Georgia to prepare for this?
Well, usually it's been the other way around. Usually Florida's have the week off, but I think they gained a lot of energy watching the league come back to them.
Second down and 10. Caldwell starts in motion, hands it off. He's caught behind the line and dragged down. It'll be 3rd and 12. Well, the open week. This is the first time since 1991 that Georgia has had the open week prior to this game. Florida usually schedules it that way. They're 14-4 over the years with an open week. Georgia 2-2. It's 3rd and 12. Bulldogs lead the Gators by 4.
this has been the situation where the sacks have occurred.
6 sacks already in this game.
Georgia's coming.
Here's Tebow, right side. Catch is made, but it'll be short of the first down. So at the 25, Caldwell makes the catch. It'll be 4th down and 2.
I'll tell you, you're going to have blitzes. You're going to have to pick it up coming from the back line. Picked up by little Brandon James. You don't have to be 6 foot tall to pick up a blitz. And now with 4th and short, I think they're not going field goal, are they?
No.
Or at least they're going to try to fake it and try to draw them off sides. But this is Tebow time.
Keyston Moore is back on the field, the fullback of the running back. Now, in a normal circumstance, this would be Tim Tebow all the way.
Not much time.
2 seconds. Hand it off. No, sir. No, sir.
You can't tell me that Florida would not run Tebow if it wasn't for his shoulder.
The ball goes over on downs. They hand it off on the attempted sweep. Renee Curran makes the tackle.
Well, it was supposed to be a fake reverse to Harvin. Caldwell's here. Harvin is going to go back. Watch. Not enough time. Actually bumps into Keyston Moore. Oh, bad game for Keyston Moore here. Watch him bump in to Harvin, and that's what really did not allow the pitch on the play. I think that was going to be a reverse.
Time called.
It's time for our Geico scoring recap.
Georgia Bulldogs opened the scoring. A 1-yard plunge by Noshawn Marino. That brought the entire Georgia bench onto the field. A total of 30 yards and penalties marked off in the kickoff. Murphy tied it up with his 40-yard reception from Tim Tebow, 7-7. And then Massaquoi, beautiful pass, over the shoulder catch, 84 yards from Matthew Stafford, 14-7. Wandy Pierre-Louis, a 25-yard interception return for a touchdown, a subsequent penalty for unnecessary celebration on that one. 14-14. Joey Eos with a season-long and a career-long 43-yard field goal. Florida led 14-7. Then Marino gets his second touchdown, a beautifully executed effort out to the left. And Brandon Sutherland, a 1-yard touchdown catch, 28-17. And then Tim Tebow, a 2-yard run. And that is where we stand, 28-24. The Gators just went for it on 4th and 2, unsuccessful. And Georgia has the ball. Marino, 146 yards. His career high 157 2 weeks ago. Bounces this one to the outside. And is tackled inbounds at the 31-yard line. Well, this neutral site game, and now Red Lobster presents today's Scholar Athletes. We've got 2 of them. Chris Gonder, a major in biology with a grade point average of 3.44. He's already been accepted to the Mercer University School of Medicine. And for the Florida Gators, Keyston Moore with a grade point average of 3.22, sports management. Active in community service, the young man from Arlington, Texas. Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future, shown today by donating $1,000 to each school's general scholarship fund. And as we were advising you of the athletes, Scholar Athletes of the day, Florida, a personal foul.
Yeah, it was Wandy Pierre-Louis, number 4, who jammed his hand into the face mask of the receiver out there. I didn't see who it was. But way away from the play. A silly penalty from Florida is going to make it a first down. But right there at the end, 2 shots. Would have got by with the first one, not the second one.
On first down, Stafford pulls it back, wants to go deep. Deep left side, battle for it. Caught! Touchdown, Georgia! Mikey Henderson. 53 yards. Stafford to Henderson. The same combination that gave the Georgia Bulldogs an overtime win earlier this year.
One of my favorite calls when I played was to go after a defensive back who just got a penalty. Mike Bobo goes right after Wandy Pierre-Louis with a deep ball. Now, it was pretty good coverage. I'm not saying that, but I love that strategy. A defensive back doesn't want to get 2 penalties. You should get an easy release.
And the lead is back to 11. Mikey Henderson's second reception of the year for a touchdown.
Again, you just had a penalty. You don't figure he's going to play physical. You put the ball to the outside, and Mikey Henderson takes it away from him for another play. Coming into this game, Georgia only had the longest play of the year was 50 yards. They've had big ones in this football game.
And the young man from Dallas is celebrating. Mark Richt told Tracy Wolfson at halftime, I told them I'd be angry if they didn't get a penalty after the first touchdown of the game. And now the Florida Gators trail by 11. Georgia, in order to win the East and break this logjam with all these teams who have 2 defeats, must win its remaining games, and then they've got to have help. Here's Brandon James, number 25. Big return. He's still going. That's a 51-yard return for Brandon James.
Woo. Mr. Tebow, can you bring us back?
If he does, he will do so with a very bruised right shoulder that has had an obvious impact in this game. He puts it on his hip, fakes it, has to settle for the alternate receiver, who is Percy Harvin. That's a pretty good choice as an alternate receiver. And a 34-yard gain on top of the 51-yard kickoff return.
It just doesn't get any better than this.
Nope.
It really doesn't. Both sides have called each other out. There is Harvin right there. Excuse me, I tried to circle him. There goes the second time. He fakes, looks downfield. His drop-off is Harvin. How about that drop-off? Fake the Harvin. Nobody open downfield. You know where your outlet is. Give it to your outlet. A perfect throw.
For all the world, he looked like David Green, the former Georgia quarterback on that one. Here's a handoff to Harvin, goes right. He's to the 5. He is out of bounds near the 2-yard line. See where they spotted it. Might be closer to the 1.
This is just why, though, when you're playing Florida, you can't take one series off. It really is like playing tennis. You've got to hold serve. Georgia's been holding serve because you know when Florida gets a serve back, and they got the serve back right now, Rutledge is going to make a block, Harvin's going to catch a pass, and sometimes even run over the official at the end of a play.
Boom. Goes the dynamite. 2nd down and 2. Tebow, no. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 1 at the 2. 10 minutes to go, 35-24. Here comes Harvin. Here comes Lewis Murphy.
How about that call again? I mean, I know I'm beating a dead horse, and whatever it is. The call was more finessey, and it was to the right side, so he could protect the right shoulder when he ran to the right.
Timeout, Georgia. They've used 2. 1 remaining. Here's Tebow. He'll keep it. Touchdown, Florida.
Field goal team is running out, but the Florida coaches are bringing them back.
They will go for 2,
Yeah,
and if the try is successful, they can tie it with a field goal.
It demands a 2-point play. 10 minutes here. If you don't make it, you're still only behind 5.
Tim Tebow's 2nd rushing touchdown of this afternoon, his 12th of the year.
You also got to look on the backside. If Georgia even kicks a field goal, say you don't make it, Georgia kicks a field goal, it's still back to an 8-point game, so just 1 possession. It's a no-brainer. You go for 2.
Easton Moore back on the field. He's alongside Tebow. Caldwell is in motion. Here's the roll. Tebow pulls up, drills it. Incomplete.
Well, it looked like Bubba Caldwell didn't know that ball was to him. First, the touchdown. Fake the play to Harvin, follow up. No choice now, bruise or not, you're going for it.
And the try for 2.
Roll out. Ingram's in the back of the end zone. He's trying to go either to Ingram or Caldwell. It was tipped. Somebody got their finger on that. That was C.J. Bird that got his finger on that ball.
5-point game here in Jacksonville. Eos will kick off. Asher Allen is the deep man. From the goal line. There's one man who misses. They caught him from behind. Asher Allen is down at the 31-yard line.
Asher Allen,
Joey Sorrentino made the tackle. Matthew Stafford. Marino with 150 yards before that carry, but he lost a couple. Well, the first time in the series history, and there have been 85 previous meetings, or including today. Both teams have scored north of 30 in the same game.
Larry Munson says, first time I don't show up, and they both go into 30.
Right. I bet he's not fishing right now.
No, I don't think so.
I bet Larry Munson is watching this and listening to his partners on the radio. Larry, who still does all the Georgia home games. 2nd down and 12. Stafford. He's got 2 big touchdowns today. Massaquoi has one of them. And double coverage as Tony Joyner comes over. How about Noshawn Marino? His 2nd start of his career. He redshirted a year ago. 157 against Vandy 2 weeks ago. And boom.
Yeah, I think that running backs like to be the guy that's featured. They lather up and play better the more they carry the ball. It might not be good for them over a 10 games, but in one game, I think they love it. Right now, 3rd and long, 5-point game, under 9 minutes. Georgia needs to not take their foot off the gas pedal. Big cushion out here, big cushion.
Stafford looks that way. Inside run. Bailey. Huge conversion. Matthew Stafford to Sean Bailey.
Too big of a cushion. Somebody busted on this play for Florida. I think the corner, whoever it was that time, expected help. You cannot let an SEC receiver have a 14-yard cushion. You could see it, Marquez Anderson right there. Now watch this. He's going to give him, watch him back up. He's expecting help inside. He gets no help. And an easy completion. The Florida corners, again, have been problems for Florida.
Here's the toss to Marino. He breaks into the open, and he's got another 1st down. Georgia at the 37-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain.
There's no way. I got to go back to that 3rd down and long. There is no way that Florida is going to play one-on-one coverage with that type of a cushion. Somebody inside busted on that coverage, allowing the 1st down, and now Georgia's saying, all right, we can control the clock. We've got a great kicker. The worst we're going to come away from here, they feel their goal is an 8-point lead.
Noshawn Marino with a career high of 160 yards on the ground. He'll get it again. This time, a yard and a half.
Georgia is not close enough. They cannot let their foot off the gas. They must again throw or have something to move the ball.
On 2nd down and 9, Matthew Stafford back, flips it out left side. That's caught by Bruce Figgins, the tight end, the backup tight end. His 2nd catch of the entire season.
Now let's give this one and some kudos here to the offensive line. Now this is a Florida defensive line that has gotten sacks throughout the year, but it's not vintage Florida now. There's injuries, they're a little bit tired, and Derek Harvey wasn't even on the field for that snap.
1st down at the 24. 35-30, the clock still running. Georgia has 1 timeout remaining. Florida has a couple. Jason Johnson and Brandon Sutherland in the backfield. Blitz. They hand it. Johnson goes left, breaks a tackle, and he's down to the 16-yard line. And Derek Harvey not on the field. Let's get more from Tracy.
That's right. More injuries for this Florida defense. He is on the sideline with a right hip injury. He's been sitting there with ice on it. No word whether he'll return.
All right, Tracy, thank you.
That's 4 defensive linemen for Florida that have been contributors out of this football game.
2nd down and 3.
And Georgia continues to run left.
Noshawn Marino back on the field, 161 yards. And he bets that he might get the ball here. Toss, Marino. Velasco leads the way. This will be close at the 15-yard line.
Well, if you're going to run the ball as a tailback, you got to want to run the ball as a tailback. And this guy, he says his hero is Walter Payton. He loves the way he got up after every run and ran back to the huddle. I told him I can't give him that mantle yet. He's got to earn that one.
3rd and 1. Marino with 27 carries in the ball game. He'll get it again. He goes left again. He's to the 5. 1st and goal, Georgia.
Run left, run left, run left. That has been the game plan. Run Marino left, I should add. That offensive line. Now remember, there's a true freshman over there. Sturdivant is taking on. They've got 2 true freshmen on the offensive line, and Marino on that list, that all-time freshman list, got his name up there with some big names.
The biggest of whom is at the top.
Yeah, he's not going to get that mantle yet either.
No, no, no. 1st and goal, 4:40 to go. Stafford hands it off to Marino, and he's down at the 3-yard line.
It is imperative that Florida holds Georgia to a field goal here.
Defending national champions. Back-to-back losers earlier in the season. They came back and won at Kentucky last year. But dire circumstances right now. 2nd and goal from the 3. Mark Richt, 1 and 5. Against this Florida team. Here's Stafford. Marino.
Got it.
Touchdown, Georgia. And they lead by 11. They are reviewing the play upstairs.
2nd effort. This has been the story of the game for this guy. Did he get the football across the line before his knees touched or his elbows touched? First look, we said yes. There's the football. Couldn't see the knees on that one. The ball is clearly across the line.
Where was the knee?
I think he stretched it out. I think this is going to stand. What a drive. And I think the key play of the drive, I believe a missed assignment by someone on the Florida defense. There's no way on that 3rd and long you play 15-yard cushion with no help.
That was the 3rd and 12. Here's Marino with his 30th carry of the ball game. And if the play stands, he'll have 178 yards, 3 touchdowns. What an effort by Noshawn Marino.
They lined up the wing back to the right, and they ran to the left.
On the field stand.
And you're going to need more than a touchdown, a 2-point play, and a field goal to tie it.
Illegal substitution. 12 men on the defense. The penalty decline. Try down.
Beneficial week for both of these teams and for Urban Meyer's Florida bench. They had regained control of their destiny in this one. Now here's Matthew Stafford and Noshawn Marino.
They've been balanced. They've run for 190 yards and passed for over 200 yards. They've done both finesse and power.
There's a very short kick taken at the 31-yard line by Eric Rutledge. His second kickoff return of the ball game.
I think Auburn and Kentucky comes to Athens.
True.
And then they would need the winner of that game to lose another game.
First down. Here's Tebow back. Right side, caught by Harvin. It's Cornelius Ingram. And he gets to the 37-yard line. Gain of 26. How about this? Only 2 teams have ever appeared in the SEC championship game with 3 conference losses. LSU in 2001, Arkansas in 2002.
Well, Tim Tebow still has an opportunity. They've got 2 timeouts left in the game. We saw Matt Ryan do it Thursday night. It's still a football game.
I kind of remember that, yes. Here's Tebow, right side. Caldwell looks for a block, gets it. Caught from behind and dropped at the 24-yard line by Marcus Howard. That's a gain of 13.
That's why you can never stop attacking in modern-day college football. These offenses are so good now, you've got to continue, as I like to say, hold serve, or you give your defense too many problems. Matt
Ryan in Boston College with 14 points in the final 2-11 to come from behind and defeat Virginia Tech on Thursday night. 42-30 here with 3:16 to go. Quarterback draw, Tebow at the 18-yard line. The tackle made by Rashad Jones, number 9.
And as this clock goes down, even should Florida score, you're now looking at the point where an onside kick is almost mandatory.
2nd and 5. Tebow back. Fires it right side. Fayson. He keeps it inbounds. The clock will stop as they move the chain in college football for the first down. 2:44 to go. Harvin. Moore is way at the top of the screen. Split wide right. Clock at 2:39.
Here they come.
From the corner, Tebow lets it go. It's incomplete. He just did avoid his 7th sack of the ball game. Donnell Ellerbe, number 33, coming on the blitz.
Well, when you only have 5 blockers, if you bring 6, one of the 2 outside guys is going to come free. Now, you better come fast. Remember that LSU-Kentucky game? One of the outside guys delayed, and it allowed Andre Whitson to pump once and throw a touchdown. When you overload blitz, you must come 100 miles an hour.
Tebow peers back, comes out to chat with Urban Meyer. Got to watch the play clock.
Yep,
it's at 10
seconds.
Yep.
Hurry up.
Play clock at 5. Moore late getting out. Now he gets set. They do get it snapped. There's a bobble and the turnover recovered by Donnell Ellerbe.
Well, you can put that on the Florida coaching staff. You can put that on the Florida coaching staff. And I think Tebow might have hurt the shoulder trying to get that ball. They tried to get fancy and call a tricky play, and they ran the clock down, and it cost them. Option play, bad snap. Tebow reaches out. It's his right shoulder again, Vern.
Yes. That's the senior Drew Miller with a bad snap, and he took a shot from Ellerbe right on the right shoulder.
Watch him throw. Watch this. He's going to do a partial Steve Spurrier.
Doesn't have a visor.
Nope.
A little hitch of the pants, and the headset goes. Right side. Noshawn Marino with his 31st carry today. Now, Tim, you faded on me, but I knew you were there.
Yep.
Somehow I always know Tim is there. 2nd down. Handoff, right side. 1:35 to go. Timeout called by Florida. Donnell Ellerbe, number 33, and the bad snap from Drew Miller.
Well, everyone was hurried here. Everyone knew the clock was. Oh, you know what? I think Drew Miller, I think he might have thought that Tebow was under center. Now, how would you possibly think that? He hasn't been under center twice in his career.
Think they know the camera's there?
I think so.
Yep. Third down, I formation. 90 seconds to go.
It's pretty close to making it, isn't it? I'll tell you, a key fourth down play. Florida got that play on late, and it was never right. Remember when they didn't make it? They got stopped in the backfield. Now on a key third down play, the Florida coaching staff brings Tebow over. They shift and they motion with the clock going down. Neither play was run very well by Florida. They shot themselves in the foot twice by trying to get a little too fancy on fourth down and on third down calls.
Here comes the chain. First down, Georgia. Well, the Bulldogs go back home against Troy next week out of conference. Then they welcome Auburn and Kentucky. And they finish the regular season at Georgia Tech. No head coach in the country has ever defeated Georgia in 3 straight years. Urban Meyer had a chance.
Well, there's no need for Georgia to run another play. They can take a knee and win this football game. And they will. You've got to count the clock. They've already thought this out. They know with 1 timeout in under 2 minutes, they control the football game.
Matthew Stafford. Well, the only, watch this. Oh, they got the green con. This is going to be so cold. I don't think he minds. Well, he took a high dive off the 10-meter board earlier this summer. Now he gets a hug from Keelan Johnson, who grew up in Daytona Beach and said he never got so much as a questionnaire from the Florida Gators. Here back in August, here's the head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs. Those are bad shorts, but that's a pretty nice high dive.
He led his team, let's be honest. He challenged them, he told them how to do it, and he said, you better be aggressive because if you back down, they'll roll over you. He had a great coaching game.
Mark Richt. Tim Tebow.